Having been a part of the Barber Beauty Behavioral Shop project, I would say that I've learned how invaluable, once again, that it is in order to engage with your clients in a space that you have the proper tools to analyze and also help them create some form of individual service plan in effort for them to reach that milestone goal. Because if there aren't any objectives, then no one's going to be able to find a way to solve whatever the problem is.
Northwest Credible Messengers is a consortium of dreamers, people who have lived experience, whether in a system, in community, in anything that's caused a barrier in their life. We believe in positive youth justice, so really thinking about that healing aspect of working with young people and community members and not really thinking about what's happened to them, but the potential within them.
I think it really provided a space for me to heal. And so having the opportunity to do trainings, do outreach and engagement across the state for our consortium, so we're in 8 or 9 regions around Washington state. I believe that Barbershop and Beautician Behavioral Health Project definitely impact violence just due to the nature of the work that's already happening in those spaces. Barbershops and beauticians, I believe, already do peer work, and so it just hasn't been documented and the stories haven't been told.
Credible Messengers means hope to me. This work will impact violence in our communities by intervention. Before there's anything to prevent, we're intervening and meeting people where they're at before it becomes something that needs to be prevented or something that will involve them in the criminal justice system. Meeting the person before their behaviors become violent.
In my area, I live in the Rainier Beach area. There's a lot of youth violence, guns, all types of things that are happening. So I live in the same community. I could offer support with the middle schools, the high schools, even some families that have been affected by whatever gun violence or violence that is happening in the community, that I can offer support, especially with the certification.
Certified peer counselor training is geared towards dealing with mental illness and crisis awareness and being able to help people within the community get the services that they need and put them on a better path and direction of community engagement and helping out with this new program to help deal with mental illness.
CRP funding has really helped. It was kind of like a transformational process for us. It helped us to expand our reach into 10 counties statewide. If you think of what we've done through this project with the CRP, we've got Washington State Professional Certificate through the Certified Peer Specialist process, where we're actually training as a BHA and a peer training organization people to obtain a Washington State Professional Certificate that even beyond the scope of this project they can use in their work, with their families, to secure future contracts for themselves, to be able to provide more services in their community, but also understanding the things that our people navigate. I think oftentimes when you look at the gaps and the determinants of health that we talked about that are negative in our communities, people don't really understand what somebody who, comes from a marginalized community might navigate on a day-to-day basis. So that Healing-Centered Engagement Practitioner certification really breaks that down in a way.
The community is needing a space where they don't have to perform and they can just be. This is what is so necessary. This is literally what I had just wrote out that I had never talked to anybody about. And then the training was excellent. The information was just super impactful. They gave me language, questions, how to have more open-ended questions to actually draw people. It was impactful information that you really knew oh, this is really going to help people.
The skills that we're learning within that are, more or less around behavioral health, supporting individuals with different problems, just really learning how to listen, active listening, but just being able to be there and support them through the situations that they're experiencing. I believe this work will definitely impact, the violence in the communities by giving people an outlet and a space to come to again, just having that safe place to open up.
This credential really lends me the language to what I've been doing and also other techniques and ways of being to help expand my skill set. I appreciate Credible Messengers for this opportunity. I did not know that there was a process that you could go through to become certified in the state of Washington. Having a credential, a certified credential, solidifies you as a professional, right? It gives you credibility, and it gives you other means to be able to access resources. So I really appreciate Credible Messengers for making this available. I appreciate the Community Reinvestment Act for really advocating for Black and Brown communities that are most often overlooked in processes like this.
My name is Brandon Douglas. I'm the owner of Bummy Boss Clips and Beauty Supply, located at Northtown Mall here in Spokane, Washington. I've been operating for a year and a half, and I'm a state certified peer supporter. What inspired me to join the Northwest Credible Messenger Barber and Beauty Peer Support Program was I realized personally that self-advocacy it's imperative and invaluable when it comes to what you do in the community. I believe introducing these elements to the participants here in the beauty industry and in the beauty field, as well as right here in the shop, it allows for us to recognize that this is a discussion that we should have. So whether it be relatable to diversity, equity, inclusion, which is no longer one of the things that we're to be focused on, it's still one of those things that's free to do. And in the same regard, although a lot of funding is being taken away from those programs, it's something that we should be applying to everyone out of respect for free.
I've always been the type of person that cared more about the people and the amazing work that they're doing, which is why I love this project. It's highlighting people who are already doing amazing things in their community and getting them that credentialing that they need to get funding for it, or to have long-term funding for it. Through this project, we're able to highlight and emphasize the amazing work that these owners and barbers and beauticians are already doing.
The Washington State Commerce Community Reinvestment Program funding this project has the ability to provide a safe space for individuals that were lacking it prior to. And this would impact so many people that are dealing with not having had a voice for such a long time.